Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Today I wanted to continue coloring in this Oui Color Joy Mandala coloring book. Did a part one a little while ago, and so I thought we would continue coloring the rest of this mandala. Again, I am coloring with my Caliart gel pens. And we will just continue where we left off. Zoom you in a little. So how is everybody doing? I am recording this on Sunday, the day before Memorial Day. I told you I'm so used to just hanging onto the caps in my other hand that I even gel pens sometimes. So yes, today or tomorrow is Memorial Day. Nice long weekend for most people. Not everybody is lucky enough to have a Memorial Day off. But I think most people are enjoying the long weekend. I can't believe it's Sunday already. Why do these weekends just fly by? Before I know it, it'll be Tuesday morning again. Which is normally my Monday morning again, same as you guys. I have no idea how long the rest of this is going to take. Of course, coloring with gel pens, it takes a lot longer than markers. I know the first part was right around an hour or so. So this may be as long as that, if not maybe even a little longer. So, we have been having a gorgeous weekend after being so cold and rainy and just yucky outside for so long. Yesterday was just a picture perfect, beautiful summer day. It was mid to upper 70s, sunny. It was quite breezy. So I guess if you're doing anything outside, I guess that was the one downfall. But I guess mainly only if you're, eating outside, picnicking, where things can fly away. There were probably maybe, yeah. Maybe some graduation parties, or don't know if those are going on yet. Wouldn't be high school graduations around here yet, but I know some of the colleges, they did have graduations already, so would have been a beautiful day both yesterday and today for outdoor graduation parties. Today's a little cooler than yesterday, but still a much nicer weekend than last weekend. Just rained and rained and rained, and it was cold. So I was not able to get out and mow lawn last weekend, but guess what I did yesterday? Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. I know you guys think I'm nuts. The lawn was so long. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. We normally, because I catch the grass clippings, I don't leave the clippings on the lawn. Normally, we get, well, if I, mow all the way around stuff, I have 4 barrels to put grass clippings in. And usually, well, so far this spring, the first time I mowed, I only had 2. Well, this time when I mowed, I had almost 6. And with only having 4 barrels, Bob had to go down and empty a couple out while I continued mowing, because otherwise I wouldn't have had enough room. So yeah, got out yesterday, out in that nice sun. I actually got a little bit of pink on my arms. Woohoo! Behind my knees too. I don't know why behind my knees. I guess that's because I was able to wear shorts. I actually have shorts on right now. My feet are kind of cold, but first time in a long time to get the shorts out. As you notice, I do not have a sweatshirt on. My arms are a little cold. I was going to throw one on this morning, but because it is cooler today, and especially in the morning, it's quite cool yet. But yes, it was so nice working up a sweat mowing lawn. Of course, just had to hop in the shower again, but that's okay. My lawn is just a sea of purple. Not anymore since I mowed it, but I have so many violets that have taken over my lawn. And don't get me wrong, I love violets. They are so pretty, and they're purple. So I love violets. They're just so pretty, but I don't like them all over in my lawn. They are just everywhere. They're growing in the rocks around my house, because I have the river rock as landscaping around the house. They're all over in that, and yeah. I sprayed real good last year for dandelion, so I don't have a sea of yellow in my lawn, but I do have a sea of purple. And I even have some in my front lawn this year, and I've never had violets spread to the front lawn, so I'm probably going to have to get out my sprayer again and spray for weeds, because I think that does kill the violets too. I think. I'll have to find out, I guess, because that's a time-consuming process. But I did it a couple of times last year. I went around and I sprayed every single dandelion in my lawn. I hate dandelions. There for a few years I was having True Green come and spray, with their type of weed and feed. And I had the most gorgeous lawn. Oops, dropped my pen here. It was just beautiful. It was so green and so thick. Not a weed in sight. And it truly isn't that expensive to have them come throughout the summer, because it's only maybe 4 times throughout the summer that they come. And it's like 40 some bucks, or around 40 bucks, I think, an application. So, it's not horribly expensive. The expensive part got when I would have it aerated in the fall. And because they do aeration in the fall and I think in the spring, if I remember right. And my lawn definitely needed to be aerated, because it was getting, your lawns get too thick, and then the roots and stuff just start choking each other out, and you get like this gray or this brown undertone, because you got all that thatch underneath. And so by having it aerated, they go around with this machine. It's kind of fun to watch them just lickety split. And it pulls out these little plugs of dirt out of your lawn. which is really hard to walk on until you get a few good rain showers and it starts breaking up the little plugs of dirt. It looks really funny on your lawn because it looks like you have little dog turds all over. That's what it reminds me of anyhow. Looks like, yeah, a whole army full of dogs had fun all over your lawn. And yeah, they can hurt the feet when they dry out. But yeah, eventually after some rains and stuff, it gets absorbed back in. But by doing that, it kind of dethatches your lawn, and it's so good for your lawn. So I would have that done. And yeah, that's pricier. I think it was close to a couple $100 to have that done. So for the price of what it costs to have True Green come all summer to weed and feed your lawn, costs about the same amount to have them come and aerate your lawn. But it was well worth it because it really, really worked. But now that I am not working outside the home and I'm just babysitting, my income has dropped by quite a bit. So that was one expense that I had to give up. So unfortunately, I have again a ton of weeds in my lawn. I hate that. I loved having a pretty lawn. I'm just very particular about my lawn. I like to keep it cut. I don't like weeds in it, especially dandelions, because we know when they white out that all that fluff goes all over and carries all them seeds, and that's why dandelions spread so fast. So now if I see a yellow dandelion in my lawn, I will go and pluck it so that it can't white out and carry those seeds all over. Of course, my neighbors have a ton of dandelions in their lawn, so I'm probably fighting a battle that I'm just not going to win, because they're not going to go out and pluck their dandelions. So I just get theirs. Oh well. Can't be helped. I got a ton of other weeds too that are just really overtaking the lawn. And I know when I was growing up and we lived out in the country, you know, weeds and stuff pretty much made up your entire lawn. But you know what? The weeds stay greener a lot longer when it gets dry out. That's the one good thing about weeds. Grass, real grass, you know, starts turning brown when it starts getting dry in the middle of summer, when it starts getting, you know, real hot out, and if you don't get rain for a while. Yeah, your real grass starts drying out relatively easy, but boy, those weeds are hardy. They'll stay green for a long time. So yeah, growing up and stuff, like I said, out in the country, we had more weeds than grass. The vast majority of the lawn was all weeds, and back then I didn't care. You know, we had to mow. It was a lot of lawn too. And we'd split up the different parts around the house and around the barn and amongst us kids. You know, one kid this week would get these 2 parts, and another kid would get these 2 parts, and then the next time, because some of the parts were bigger and harder to mow than the others, so we'd have to switch off. You know, you got to make things fair. And even back then, I didn't really mind mowing lawn. I didn't enjoy it as much as I do now, but now I look at it as just a great way to get outside, enjoy the sunshine, the fresh air, and get some exercise at the same time. So, you know, it's great for depression. You know, not only are you getting outside in the sun finally after this long, horrible winter, you know, you're getting the fresh air and the smell of fresh mowed lawn. Oh, there's nothing like it. And it just looks so awesome and neat when it's done. So yeah, you know, really raises the endorphins and serotonin. So it's great for depression. I feel so good when I get done mowing lawn, and Bob cannot understand why I love mowing lawn so much. He keeps insisting I should get a rider, and I'm like, oh no. No, 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 no. There was just one on Craigslist again yesterday for a used one, and I says, I said, why do I need a riding lawnmower around here? Number one, my lawn is not that big. I have kind of a nice sized lot, but, you know, I'm in town. You know, they're not that big. And number two, I like mowing lawn with a push mower. Because I said, yeah, why do I need that? Well, so you can mow lawn. I said, not with a rider. He doesn't get it. Because now he had gotten the neighbor's lawnmower that it was both you could plug it in, so it was partially electric, but then it was also gas powered, if that makes sense. It had an electric start to it, so you just had to push a button to start it. And, you know, they are older retired people, so I suppose that was, and she always does the lawn mowing. He has health problems where he cannot, you know, mow the lawn or snow blow or anything. So she really needed that electric start. Well, I guess she left it plugged in too long, and so it pulls really hard to start now, and she was saying something about the wheels and stuff. So Bob's, you know, he says, well, I'll take it, you know, and see what he can do with it. So she gave him the lawnmower for nothing. So I have yet another lawnmower in the garage. There are 3 in there now. I said, what do you want another lawnmower for? Because she kept, it was a bagger, but she kept the bag. I don't know why. If she was thinking she was going to get another lawnmower exactly the same, and that she would have a spare bag then, you know, for it, because they're all bagger mowers. They pick their clippings up too. Or what, because now Bob was going to look into getting another bag for this lawnmower, and I'm like, why? I thought you just wanted it for parts. Well, no, if I, you know, because he did get it working. It does pull really hard to get it, you know, to get it started. I would not be able to get it started. So I says, why are you looking into that? What do you, you know, what do you want with it? And he says, well, as a backup mower. Because when he was working on it yesterday and stuff, he started mowing the lawn, and I'm like, get off the lawn. Don't you start mowing that lawn. I'm going to be out shortly. I get mad at him when he mows the lawn. If you want to do something outside, go pull the weeds and the rocks, or the stuff that I hate to do. Don't be mowing the lawn. Well, he still mowed some. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah. So, yeah, I definitely don't want a rider. He brings that up every summer. It's like, what don't you understand? I like mowing lawn. I know it seems like a chore to you, but then he keeps bugging me about, oh, he should, you know, mow the lawn here and mow the lawn there because I have Maddie and I can't. And you know, I gotta wait till the weekend and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, don't you dare. Don't you dare mow that lawn. Alrighty, what are we going to do for the outsides? Oh, you know what I said I was going to do off camera in part 1 is I was going to count these out. Well, I guess I'm going to have to do it on camera. We'll do that when we get this part done. So I think what I'm going to do, I don't want to do it teal. I'm thinking this light purple to kind of contrast and bring this light purple up. Why don't we do that? So we're going to do them both the same way. So yeah, it's like, don't you mow my lawn. I was going to even tell, because I have older retired folks all around me. And I couldn't ask for better neighbors. I got so lucky when I moved in here because all of my next door neighbors, how many next door neighbors can you have? Well, I actually have 3 because of one on the east side, one on the west side, and then the ones behind me. And they are all so nice. We all get along really good. 4th of July, we all get together and have a block party. The past few years, Bob and I didn't go to it because we ended up doing something else. But it, you know, we just switch houses, you know, different house hosts each year, and you provide the grill, and then everybody brings their own meat and a dish to pass and your own drinks, and yeah, you just hang out for a while. Kind of nice, seeing as how we all do get along. It's usually a pretty good time. Like I said, the past few years Bob and I had other plans, so we didn't go. But I did tell my one neighbor that if they ever needed help, you know, with mowing their lawn, just to let me know, and I'd be happy to mow it for them. Because I'll see him, the guy, and he's probably, I think he's in his mid-80s now. And he gets out there and he mows quite a bit. He does, I mean, he gets around really well. They have a apple tree out here kind of in between their property and mine. And he gets out there every year and he's pruning that thing, and he trims the hedges and he mows lawn, and I mean, he does a lot yet. He's getting really bent over, you know, what happens to some of us when we get older. But yeah, he's out there shoveling and snow blowing in wintertime, but I know sometimes they go on vacation, and last year she had asked if we would just water their flowers outside for them while they were gone, and so we did that. But then, you know, they didn't say anything about the lawn, and it was getting really long. So I went over there and I started mowing it for them. Their lot is not, you know, overly huge, so I mean, it wouldn't have taken me that long. And then as I was mowing, Jenny, my neighbor from behind me, came over with her push mower and she helped me. She must have seen me mowing their lawn and thought, well, maybe I'll help her, unless maybe they asked her to mow it. I don't know. I guess I just thought of that. But between the two of us, it didn't take us long to get it mowed at all. And yeah, I enjoy it. Whenever I mow, I always mow the boulevard all the way up, even though it's in front of their house. And then down the other way too, even though the end of it is my other neighbor's boulevard. I mow that one too. And I mow all the way over to the property, well, past the property lines. All the way over on each side, because I figure then they don't have to, and I like it, so. I mow as far over as I can. Help them out a little bit, and I enjoy it, so. Plus it looks nice having it all mowed at the same time and in the same direction. I'm very particular like that, you know. My lawn all has to have a nice look to it after it's mowed. I don't like, you know, mowing back over in an opposite direction after I'm done, you know, and you can see where that line goes where you mowed. It's gotta all look nice. But then Bob goes and picks up all the barrels of the lawn clippings with a dolly. Goes right over my fresh manicured lawn. Ruins all the lines that I made as I went back and forth. Grr. I know, I am a strange one. I've never said anything to him about it, of course. Because rather than dragging those heavy buckets of grass clippings, he just brings out this used dolly he had gotten and puts them on that and wheels them out to the front and puts them in the van. So yeah, it works out good for him. I'm flipping this book around on you again, ain't I? Sorry. Hopefully you're just coloring and you're not watching. Alrighty. What should we do for the little circles? Okay, I am missing a couple pens over here. Oh, here we go. My teal and my dark purple. So, okay, I guess depending on what colors I'm going to put in the outside is going to determine what I put in here. So let's go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, kind of 26. So, maybe I will just do 2 colors then, because 3 won't work. All right, so I think for around out here, what 2 colors look the best together? Why don't we do, I'm going to do the light purple and teal around here. I do have the blue too. Oh, decisions. I think I'll do the blue for around each one of these, and then I'll decide. Then it'll kind of let me know what will look better. Still think the lighter, because the dark purple will resemble this dark blue too much. But I don't have a lot of the dark blue in here other than the rings and stuff, so get some more blue in this picture. And are we running out? No, we're not. Let's just shake up my pen. There we go. So you just got to tell them who's boss. So yeah, did the lawn yesterday and recorded a bunch of videos. Well, between Friday and yesterday, I Got a lot done on Friday, so I should have some for next week. Did a bunch of flip-through videos, and I'll probably, you know, those of course are shorter. I didn't want to do a flip-through of all the books I received in one video. So I split them out into groups. Like I got a couple of Kelly Horton's books, so I did a video on those, and a couple of, let's see, what was some of the other ones? Hannah Lynn, and I think 4 new color by number books. So yeah, and a couple other things. So I kind of grouped them up. But again, those will be shorter videos, so I'll probably post one of those a day along with, most days, I don't know if it'll be every day, but along with another video, whether it's showing a product or color and chat or something. Because you know me, I kind of like to give you some kind of video every day. Then the rest of this weekend is going to be dedicated to a diamond painting. Yes, yes, yes. Let's work on Maddie's Minnie Mouse. I really am hoping I can get it close to being finished this weekend, because that birthday party's coming up fast, and I still have to make the stretched canvas and paint it and, you know, get it finished, you know, framed and ready to be hung. So that takes time too. So Bob helps me put the stretcher bars together, because when I do it, never comes out completely square. So he'll put them together and then he measures it diagonally and makes sure, you know, all the measurements are the same, so we know that they're square. So I'm probably going to have him put that together. And then, depending on how far I get on the diamond painting this weekend, is going to kind of tell me how I can judge my time. Might have to do the stretched canvas sometime during the week, maybe after Maddie's picked up, because I don't think I'd be able to get that done with her around. Next thing you know, she'll be picking up my heavy-duty stapler and, well, I was going to say stapling her finger, but yeah, that thing takes some arm muscle to use, so yeah, she wouldn't be able to do that. But you never know. Just be too difficult to do with a almost 3-year-old around, as any of you that have one younger knows. Pretty hard to get a lot of stuff done. Definitely can't diamond paint during the day or color or anything like that. Would be nice. Although she's getting old enough where she will sometimes play on her own for a little while, where maybe I could get some diamond painting done. I don't know. But typically every time I am done diamond painting, I have to put my tray of tiles away, because she has already in the past, I couldn't believe it when she did this, and it was my mistake. I left the tray, my work in progress tray, out by my drafting table, and yeah, she got into them and opened a bunch of different colors, you know, my little containers, dumped them all over in the tray. And by the time I got in there and seen that, yeah, much too late. And because there were like 6 colors or so that she had dumped all together, there was no way I was going to be able to pick through that and separate back out the colors. There was just no way. So there is a company that I ordered them through. I think it's Diamond Drills USA, I think is the name, on Etsy, who is pretty reasonable on drill prices. And I ordered all the packs that I thought I was going to need. It was kind of hard to tell because I had the diamond painting like half done maybe. Can't remember for sure, but so, you know, I wasn't real sure how many I was going to need of each of those colors. So I just did a best guess, and those were square drills, but I'm sure she probably has rounds also. And they were really nice drills. They were much nicer than the ones I had originally received. But, you know, those were from China. You always don't get the best when you order from China, unless you order from Evermoment. Evermoment is always perfect. Every diamond painting I have gotten from them, I've only kitted up and done one from them. I have a couple of customs here to do. And yeah, I mean, their canvases are gorgeous. Their drills are perfect. I mean, they are just, and that's why they cost a little more than the other diamond painting companies on AliExpress. But you know the old saying, you get what you pay for. That's what I always have to tell Bob. You know, oh, that's so expensive, or, you know, he always complains about how he should, you know, get some different shoes because, you know, they say, you know, shoes really have an impact on your back hurting and your knees hurting and stuff. And I said, that's very true. I said, but remember, you get what you pay for. You know, instead of paying 20 bucks at Walmart and having your shoes go kaput every couple months, I said, why don't you just bite the bullet, go down to Shippy Shoes in Stevens Point, and they specialize in, you know, they'll go behind you and watch how you walk. You know, they'll watch your gait, and if you pronate, or what's the other one, supinate, whatever, if you roll your foot in or out while you walk, you know, they can make recommendations on shoes, on inserts. But yeah, it's going to cost you more. But I said, hun, I said, if that is going to help your back while you're standing on concrete all day, don't you think it's going to be worth it? You know, so you get a pair of shoes and inserts that's going to cost you maybe around $100 or a little over. I bet you those shoes are going to last as long as, you know, 5 pair of the $20 ones you get from Walmart. So he did finally go down and get a pair. He listened to me. Doesn't always happen. But yeah, he says they are helping. He did get a really nice pair of inserts, because that's what they say basically he needed, even more than any type of, you know, specialized type of shoe, is he just needed a really good insert to help support his foot throughout the day. So that's what he did. Yeah, he paid a pretty good penny for him, but hey, if they work, it will be worth it. So yes, we are going to use the teal, but What color goes the best with it? Yeah, I think I am going to use the light purple because, yeah, that dark purple is just going to make it too dark up there. So that is what we're going to do. So we'll start teal way down in the corner. Now this is the one tucked behind that I didn't count out, so I'm not going to start around this way. I'm going to go around here and just see where we end up. If there are two colors that end up together way over down here, won't be that big of a deal. Rather than up in the middle, right up here. Haven't been watching. I sure hope I've been on camera this whole while. Just been jabbering about lawns and shoes here. Diamond painting. Where do I get off on some of this stuff? Alright, I think I will go ahead and color in both colors as we go around so I don't have to flip you around quite as much. Making you seasick enough, right? So I just recorded a couple of other videos, couple of unboxings, one coloring related and one diamond painting related. So those will be going up sometime this week. Not sure when. I don't pre-schedule my videos. You know, after they're rendered and they're uploaded to YouTube, you can set when you want them to actually, it's called publishing them to YouTube. You know, and you can set a date and time, but I don't do that. I typically, you know, each day I'll think, okay, in the morning when I get up, it's like, okay, what should I publish this morning? And then if it's a shorter video, later afternoon or early evening, I may publish another short one. Or, you know, if it's a longer color along, then, or color in chat, then that's the only one I'll put up for the day. But yeah, so I never know when my videos are going up. Oh, that worked out good. Yeah, so whenever, whatever, you know, fits together the best. But that is why I like to get some recorded ahead of time, so I don't have to record every morning during the week or every evening. I still do here and there because sometimes I just don't have stuff recorded ahead of time from the weekend before, especially if I'm having problems recording. I had a little bit of problem the other day, and I don't know what the heck the problem was, but lost the video. Hate it when that happens. If it's just a flip through or something, that's no big deal because you just do it again. And that's the one that I did lose, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But if it's a color in chat, you can't redo it. So that's a problem. That did happen to me once, the whole picture, the whole video, and I colored the whole thing in one video. And yes, it was gone. The whole video was gone, so I just picked another picture out of the book and did a whole nother color in chat, which is really hard to do because it's like, all right, what did I talk about in that video versus any previous videos? You know, I don't want to repeat myself. And yeah, what did I all talk about? Heaven only knows, you know. So you try to, you know, mention things that you did in the one that is no longer. And also try to come up with some new content, but yeah. So yeah, it's really a bummer when you lose, especially a long color in chat. And I think it's probably happened to all of us YouTubers, color tubers, where we've lost videos. Well, probably all YouTubers, unless you're extremely lucky. And I'm way over there again. I have my book over a little bit farther than normal so that I knew I was going to be turning this book around quite a bit. And I didn't want to keep hitting the iPad over there, so I moved it over to the right more. So I'm not used to having the book over this far. So I apologize if I'm either getting off camera or close to it. But yeah, I figured it would be better this way, so like I said, I didn't keep hitting the iPad over there. How's the weather been by you guys? I hear it's been hot down south. And oh my heavens, the flooding and the storms. Oh. Are any of my subscribers from Oklahoma and the other states down there that have been getting hit time and time again with those tornadoes? I've been thinking of you guys and keeping you in my thoughts and prayers if you are down there. Oh my heavens. You guys have just been getting slammed time and time and time again. Man, oh man. You know, as I'm doing this, it's like, well, you dummy, you could have just done 3 colors anyhow, and whatever color you ended up with over here, so be it, right? Duh. It's not like it went in a complete circle where I couldn't have 2 colors together. And I know, you were yelling it at me. I could hear you. Anybody affected by the flooding? Oh my gosh. We see, you know, news coverage on our national news every night. It's like, oh, every night. It's just, you know, and it's not letting up. These levees are breaking and dams are breaking, and, you know, we've had even here, and we have not had flooding like you guys. We did have some spring flooding and, you know, water in our basements, and we complain about that when others are losing their entire homes. But yeah, farmers have not, especially in southern Wisconsin, not been able to get into their fields yet to plant some of their crops, because it's just, especially lower lying fields, just way too wet. So yeah, the poor farmers have not been able to get in there to plant their crops and things like corn. I mean, corn should have been planted a while ago already. I mean, we're almost going into June. I'm no expert on crop planting, but I would assume that by now that should have all been planted. I think the news report that was on last night, they said they're like a month behind on some of their planting. So that is really going to affect how many crops of hay they get this year. Although I know some of that hay is, you know, or I should say most of it, I guess, is not replanted. It just comes back every year. So they get, you know, like 4 crops of hay if they have a good growing season. Now I was probably off camera again there. Jeez, girl. I guess from now on I'm just going to have to record in my normal place and just keep hitting the iPad. I got to find a different place to put that iPad, but I've tried it over on the right side and that just doesn't work, because that's where I keep my supplies that I'm coloring with. And so yeah, it didn't work on the right side, and I don't think it would work in front of me here. I don't know, I haven't tried it up there. But I do have to reach to it to zoom in and out, because I zoom in and out, of course, on the iPad. So I have to have it within easy reach. I don't want to be reaching in front of the camera every time I want to zoom you guys in and out. So if I had it up here, yeah, I would have it be reaching in front of the camera. So that's kind of a no-go too. Unless I put it up here over to the upper right of me. Right now I have a bunch of supplies and books there I would have to move, but kind of work in progress things. But I could maybe try it up there. And then it would be out of the way. I'd have more room here to color. So that would be nice. Too bad I didn't have a holder up on my overhead part of my desk, and I could just put it up there. But I have doors that flip open in my overhead canopy, so that wouldn't work, because if I mount anything up there, then I won't be able to open the doors. I don't want that, so we'll just have to make do. I think no matter what kind of recording setup that we, you know, work with, there's some downfalls and things we would like to improve on. I don't think any one setup is perfect. Although those that are more professional at it, that make their living on YouTube, I'm sure they have professional setups that probably cost a fortune. You know, when you see all this lighting equipment and, you know, what they all get as far as cameras, and they spend a lot of money on their recording equipment, their desk areas. But I guess if you are making your living at it, you know, and some of those YouTubers make a lot of money. It's like, wow. But I suppose when you get hundreds of thousands of subscribers, you know, and that's their goal, you know, that's not us color tubers' goals. We don't start our channels to make a living on. Or we'd be sadly disappointed and quit our channel very quickly. Yeah, that's not why. We just like to color and share with you guys all of our vast amounts of knowledge. Yeah. No, just color along with you guys, jabber, hear back from you, show you some new products, new coloring books, and just hang out and have fun together. I love watching other color tubists. I'm getting kind of behind in my videos. I just caught up on a couple this morning while I colored after I got up. It's kind of how I like to wake up in the morning. And I'm off camera again. Oh my gosh, Lisa. Yeah, get up at, like 6 and check my emails, check my other things, analytics, all kinds of stuff. And yeah, then I'll probably put on a YouTube video or two, depending on how long they are, and color for a while. And then sometimes I'll record a video in the morning. Other times I'll just color until Maddie gets here. Those are my relaxing mornings. But yeah, sometimes there's just a video that I need to get out and either didn't have time the night before, didn't have the energy the night before. I know the last video that I recorded, it was a flip through of Kelly Horton's 2 new books that I have gotten of hers. And for some reason, the audio was cutting out periodically on me when I don't listen to my entire videos back. I just wouldn't have the time to do that, nor do I want to do that. I don't need to listen to me. I hear myself every day. But I always like to just watch pieces and parts just to make sure it's all there. Nothing's missing, or especially if there's multiple parts to that video that I have to piece together. Make sure it's all there. And where was I going with this? I just lost my whole train of thought. Oh my gosh. What the heck was I talking about? Oh, I hate it when that happens. You start getting sidetracked and then you forget what you were going to mention. Oh yeah, okay, I was talking about the audio. Duh. And now I recorded 2 videos this morning before this one. So I am hoping that by changing a thing or two with my microphone here, that it's going to be okay. Because when I started using this new mic, I asked for feedback from you guys on if it sounded any different, if it sounded better. And I got very positive feedback from you guys that yes, the new mic sounds awesome. One of you was even so kind as to go back to some of my previous videos to see if there truly was a difference. I appreciate that so much. You guys are awesome. And she said that yes, it does sound a lot better. Not that they were bad before, but the mic does sound a lot better. So I'm like, ooh, awesome. Glad to hear it. I'm glad I got it. And then, yeah, that video was just, yeah, cutting in and out. So I did put an apology in the description of that video. I mean, how do I say? It didn't make the video useless because it was, after all, a flip through. I didn't have to be talking during the entire flip through to begin with. And you could mostly hear me. It was just every once in a while it would cut out on me. So I am hoping this video is going to be okay, because the 2 that I recorded prior to this, I'm just recording one after another. So I have not taken my phone down and even, listened to the previous 2. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I guess that was a daring thing to do, wasn't it? I should have at least listened to one of them just to make sure it wasn't cutting out. Ooh, boy. Just thought of that. I hate to finish a color and chat and have the video be useless. Especially when I've already published part 1. If you guys never see a part 2 finishing this picture, you guys know why. But if you never see this video, you won't hear this. So I'm just talking to myself right now. Won't be the first time, won't be the last time. You guys ever talk to yourself? Brings up a whole nother conversation. I talk to myself a lot. I always heard it is okay if you talk to yourself. It's when you start answering yourself you get into trouble. Well, I do both, so I guess I'm in trouble. Because you ever do that? You ever start thinking out loud and you like work a problem out kind of out loud? It seems if you talk about it out loud, it just makes more sense and you can come up with a solution. You know, you're like, well, okay, if I do this and this and this, you know, this will happen, or, you know, what should I do? And as you say it out loud, you're like, oh yeah, that would work. So I don't know if that's answering yourself. Then I am guilty. But yes, I talk to myself. Bob, he's constantly mumbling to himself. Always. I'm like, what was that? Are you talking to me? No. Or if he sounds upset while he's mumbling, I'm like, you okay? Yeah, it's just this, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, he is constantly mumbling. And it's always to himself, but I never know, because he's so soft-spoken to begin with. He'll be talking to me and I can't hear a word he's saying, especially in the car. Because he's looking straight ahead. He's got a very quiet voice to begin with. And then he doesn't talk loud. You know, his voice does not project out at all. And then he, you know, sometimes will look the other way out the window as he's driving. And I don't make out a word he's saying. I'm like, oh, what was that? I says, you talk so quiet. He says, well, it's loud in my head. I said, it's not loud out here. It's loud in my head. And we do always sound different in our own heads, don't we? Oh, I couldn't believe when I made my first video and I watched it back, I'm like, that is not me. Who is talking on my video? But they're saying what I said in my video. What in the world? I think I sound so much like my older sister. We have such similar voices that she must sound like this inside her head too. Our ears don't hear us on the inside like other people hear us on the outside, if that makes sense. It's always so weird to hear a recording of your voice. It's like, I do not sound like that. Too funny. So yeah, he talks real quiet, and then he thinks he's talking loud. And then he's got a very quiet voice to begin with. So yeah, it's when he's mumbling in the kitchen or something, I never know if he truly is talking to me or if he's just talking to himself. One and never knows. There I go again. Oh, I do apologize. I am never putting my phone in this position again. I get too much off camera. But unfortunately, over to the left of me is also, even if I move the iPad out of the way, my mounting bracket to put my phone overhead is right over here too, to the left of me. But it's not up on the desk like the iPad. It just, you know what a mounting bracket looks like. So it's not really in the way, kind of, you know what I mean? Like the iPad is. Things will hit it. I have, even when I moved the iPad, when I would be, say, unboxing a large diamond painting, and the diamond painting would hit that over there, because it does come in a little bit when it's clamped onto my desk, so it does hit somewhat, but that is where that bracket hooks onto my desk the best. I tried it over here on the right side, and that it just doesn't work as well. Plus the fact on the right side is where I put what I'm using for that video. It's kind of a congregation of things I've used in past videos, or, you know, a pile up of books I got, or, you know, it's that junk pile that happens everywhere until you get around to putting things away. I'm usually really good about putting most of my stuff away after a video, because otherwise I know my desk would really start piling up. So I do try to do it right away. But if it's a video I am doing at night and I'm just tired, it's like, no, I'll get that in the morning. And then I don't always remember to get it in the morning. You know, it's that procrastination. I am a horrible procrastinator. Bob is the opposite. He'll say, no, just do it, get it over with, get it, you know, done. Not me. I wish I was like that. It's like, you know, taking a shower on the weekends, or, you know, during the week or whatever, but especially on the weekends, it's like, okay, I know I should leave at this time, so it takes me this long to get ready, so I have to take my shower by such and such a time. You know, rather than just getting it done and over with, and then you don't have to worry about it. Okay, your appointment's at this time. You gotta leave the house at this time. Just take the shower and get it over with. I hate getting ready to go anywhere. I have to hop in the shower again today in a little bit, because me and my sisters are getting together to discuss. I have a sister out in New York, and every year her and her husband travel back to Wisconsin to visit for a while. And so we get together to kind of plan out what we're going to do while they are here. And now this year we will be doing additional planning, because both this year and last year this happened. My brother is engaged to a gal from the Philippines. And they've been going out for, I don't know how many years. And have been engaged for probably almost 2 years now. And so she got to come to the United States for the very first time last August. Was it? No, she's coming this August. It was last November, end of October to end of November. And she was here for, a month. And she was just so excited to finally see the United States. She is from the Philippines, but works in Hong Kong as a nanny. And so she kind of goes back and forth. She'll, visit her family in the Philippines periodically. But yeah, she was so excited to get to the United States, and she was so hoping she would get to see snow while she was here. And she got her wish. Matter of fact, when it was time for them to leave, my brother drove her down to O'Hare, which is the big Chicago airport for those of you outside the country, if you don't know. And we actually had a snowstorm the day that, well, they went down the night before because she had to get to the airport quite early. And so that morning when they woke up, got out of the hotel, Steve, my brother, actually got stuck in the parking lot because there was so much snow. The plow had gone through and plowed him in. So yeah, she definitely got to see what some heavier snow looked like. And we had gotten snow early, and I blame it on her. Oh, so it's all your fault. But she was so excited. We had gotten together for Thanksgiving at my sister's, and it was right around her birthday too. So we all, each of us got a birthday present for her and a Christmas present, and she cried. It was so cute. But then we actually had some snow on the ground, and my brother has a video of her just bending down and picking up some snow and throwing it in the air. It was so adorable. It's just like a new puppy playing out in the snow. So adorable. So we are going to get together this afternoon or at noon for lunch. Oh, and I am going to have to take a shower pretty soon. To discuss what we are going to do while both my sister and my future sister-in-law are here. So, yeah, it is closing in on, it's like 11:15. I have to leave at like 20 to 12. So there I am again, procrastinating. Should have just taken my shower right away in the morning, right? No. I was still waking up. And I did have these videos I wanted to get recorded, so I've been recording for a while too. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get this done here yet before I have to jump in the shower, or if I'm going to have to continue this and just put these couple pieces together to make up part 2. I'll have to see. How long have I been on here? Oh yeah, over an hour. I guess I should have colored all them leaves in last video. I just thought it wouldn't take real long to do this outside part, but it's taking longer than I thought. I like how it's looking though. Don't know if I should, what color I'm going to color in there though. Oh, we shall see. I only have a couple more of these circular things to do though. Let's see, what else should we chit-chat about? Mama Birdie is still sitting on her nest. Have to talk about the birds, right? The other babies are gone, so I am assuming they are doing well. But either Mama has laid her little baby eggs, or she is about to, because yeah, she does not move from that nest now. Dad'll come in every once in a while. I could hear him this morning before I was even out of bed. was like 5:45, and I'm like, okay, Bella, we should get up. I think Daddy Morning Dove wants in. Open the garage door. I really have to wonder if they are truly going to be coming back each year now to nest in there. I guess I don't care. They weren't messy at all because they were on that shelf. You know, so there's nothing that got all over. And it's not like it, you know, even if they did, it's not like it was above vehicles or anything. It was above some wood I have over there. Logs and whatnot to burn in the fire pit or the fireplace in here. And, you know, so if they can make it work with the garage door being shut at night, I guess I don't care. I know it just, the only bad thing is Bella knows they're out there. She can smell them. She thinks she's a bloodhound. And so every time I take her out to go potty, or just know she wants to go out because she knows them birds are out there, and she'll look up at that shelf because she knows where they are now. And she still must smell where that baby birdie was on the ground. And she'll just pull at that leash to get over there where that baby birdie was. Because it was in a number of places, you know, in the garage. And she must be able to smell that yet. And so I guess that is the one downfall. Once I see that these next baby birds are old enough where they're moving around and may possibly get on the ground like what happened this last time, excuse me, I am going to make sure when I go out the door with Bella that I push the button in on the retractable leash so that she could not get out ahead of me, because that's what happened last time. And she spied the baby birdie on the ground before I did. So I don't want that happening again. I want to rig something up though so that when these babies get close to the edge of that shelf, that there's something underneath where they won't go all the way down to the floor. Well, they actually don't go all, you know, if they fall off the one side, it goes down into a cardboard box that has kindling in. So I'm assuming he didn't fall in that, or I don't think he would have gotten back out. So I don't know. But I do have a big cardboard piece over there that's braced over the top of, I don't know how to describe it, but, and I thought, maybe if I move that down further, it would only be maybe a foot, foot and a half below where the shelf is now. I thought, that would probably protect them from falling more. So I'm going to try to rig something up in case they do come down off that shelf again. I don't want the same thing happening this next time with this next batch of babies. That just about broke my heart when I seen what Bella did. And, you know, it's not her fault. She's a dog. I did not, you know, blame her. But I just don't want a repeat. And I see I got a little bit of blue in here. Just don't want a repeat of it. So do what I can to avoid it. All right, we have that portion done. And then I'm going to go around the outside with, let's see, I think I can put the greens away too, yeah. And go around the outside with this blue again, so it goes along with, you know, this. Okay. This is ending up being a longer color and chat than what I thought it was going to be. I should have maybe done this video first, but I wanted to get the 2 shorter videos done. And then I thought I could dedicate the rest of my time to this one. Okay, I'm really going to be flipping you guys around, so hang on to your hats. And just keep your eyes down and keep coloring or diamond painting. As I go around these circles. Because if I, like you too, I'm sure, if you don't have it at an angle that you can color at easily, it's going to be a disastrous mess. Oh, I like how that looks. Kind of gives it a polished look with this dark outside. I know I asked this in my last color and chat, but is anybody doing anything for Memorial Day weekend? I am hoping to get this color and chat up yet today on Sunday. As long as the audio's okay. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Other than this luncheon with my sisters, I am not doing anything because I am just a homebody. I really don't even feel like getting ready and going to this. I'm awful. And I did truly almost forget to go. I forgot about it. I was sitting there last night coloring and I'm like, oh my gosh. Because Bob had asked me yesterday if I had anything planned for today, and I'm like, no, I have a couple videos to make, and then I want to diamond paint, diamond paint, diamond paint. I said, why? And he was planning on going up to Tomahawk because he found a couple of tires for a really good deal that would fit on his van. And I said, okay, did you need me to go with you or what? No, I was just wondering if, you know, you were doing something that you needed me for. I said, oh, I said, no. So he is on the road up there. He stopped for breakfast. And, yeah, so I had time to get a couple videos done. I don't mind, I guess, recording now when he's around, but I just prefer to record when I'm home alone. I'm much more comfortable for some reason. And so that's another reason why I like to get a lot of my recordings done on Friday when I'm home all by myself. I know nobody else is listening to me and thinking, what the heck are you talking about that for? Or, you shouldn't be talking about that on camera. Don't mention me on camera. You know, stuff like that. He has no idea what I talk about on camera. Because even when he is here, he's in the living room and stuff, I don't think he pays any attention to me. But to me, it's just, I don't know. I'm kind of funny like that. I like being home alone anyhow. Love being home alone. I know. To some of you, that sounds really goofy because you feel like you are alone too much. And I do know that feeling too. Believe me, I do. I was, after my divorce, I wasn't alone because I had my kids. And they were younger at that time. You know, so they took my attention. But you know, so I can imagine, you know, what it would be like to be truly alone. So I don't want to make light of that, because I know some of you out there could be, you know, very lonely and think, why would she want to be alone? Well, you know, I guess it's what you are living with. If you have somebody around all the time, you do appreciate your alone time. And because I'm not a social butterfly, I don't go out into society much. I'm just, like I've said many times, I am just a homebody that likes to stay home. So that's why I guess I enjoy being here all by myself. Anybody else like that? You just like your alone time? I don't know. I feel like I can truly relax and do what I want. And if I feel like taking a nap in the middle of the day, I will. Not that I ever do that, but I could. If I wanted to, I could. I feel like going out and jogging 15 miles, I could. No. I die after the first quarter mile. A couple years ago, after I had lost a lot of my weight, I had started this app on my iPhone, and it was called Couch to 5K. And it kind of trained you to run for a 5K. And it would start you out with, you know, jogging for just a little while and then walking a longer period of time. Then jogging for just a short period and walking. And then each day you would jog or run for longer and longer and walk less. Well, I didn't make it through that whole program. But a few years ago, when my sister Sherry from New York was here, we're all from Athens. We went to Athens High School. And every year during the Athens Fair, which is when my sister and her husband typically are here from New York visiting, they have a 5K race. And so a bunch of us decided, it was Sherry that started it, but Sherry, myself, my youngest daughter, and my niece all ran in the 5K. Yeah, I started out jogging. I actually made it farther than I thought I was going to, but I ended up walking a lot of it. I didn't do too bad. I forgot what place I made for my age group. Sherry came in the top 3, I think, in her age group. She has just been doing amazing. She was in another one. She's gotten so many first place ribbons for top in her age group, because last summer she actually ran a marathon. Can you believe that? Oh my heavens. There was a marathon in New York, and it was so cool because there was an app that you could download on your phone, and you could follow her. I mean, they have trackers now in their bibs, you know, so it automatically gives the time and stuff. But you could track where she was, what her current speed was, what her average has been over the past, I don't remember what it was, hour or something. And it was really neat to see where she was during this marathon race. Oh my heavens. I don't know how she did it. I really don't. Okay, what color do we want to do in here? It looks like there's a little line in here, so it's like this is different than that. So we can do a couple different colors. Let's do, well, maybe I'll just do the whole thing dark purple. I haven't done dark purple for a while, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I have no dark purple out here, and it'll just give it kind of a dark background kind of a feel. Are we running out? No. And then we will have this done. Kind of runs into that blue, but that's all right. A little bit darker, so. Yeah, I like that. You know me, I can't leave anything white. Are you like that? I have such a hard time leaving anything white. Even for, I did a, was that this last year? I did a, you know, there's so many of these challenges and whatnot in the coloring groups on Facebook. And when I was still using Facebook, I very rarely go on Facebook anymore. But there was, in one of the groups that I participated in quite a bit, they always have like a monthly or a weekly challenge, you know, use this color palette, or you can only color with gel pens, or, you know, whatever. Well, they had a 4th of July challenge, you know, where you color something for the 4th of July. So I colored a pattern, of course, in glitter gel pens. And I wanted it, you know, red, white, and blue. Even when I knew I had to leave some white, I had a hard time doing it. You know, you got to leave white or it wouldn't be red, white, and blue, Lisa. But yeah, I really have a hard time with it. Alrighty, there it is. I did get it done in time, and now I got time to go jump in the shower. All right, what do you think? I like it. I like just having the green here, and then it really, you know, with the middle and the outside here, really sets off each other, if that makes any sense. So, yep, we're at about 1.5 hours, so that's a good length for a little bit longer color and chat. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this and you were possibly coloring along or maybe diamond painting. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe. I hope everybody is having a great Memorial Day weekend. And until next time, happy coloring. Bye.